Hi, and we are back with the answers. Everybody, I did the vocabulary match. I had the help of my daughter Bella because I cannot read Chinese. So here are the answers, and you can check them out. But again, I think this is something that you should be able to do with the sheet that you have on the other page before it with your definitions. Okay, so planning a folk tale. I kind of gave you some ideas. We're going to go over them real quick. So I wrote dolphin, gorilla, Komodo dragon, bats, and I chose bats. So I put a check and I circled that word. Whoop, let me see if I can get that clear for you. Okay, so what will you explain about the animal you chose? So bats used to be able to fly during the day and sleep at night. Okay, so I thought, okay, what about if bats' lives were kind of normal before? The next one is the characters. So I thought about the sun, the moon, bat, and then other mammals. I wasn't quite sure. What will the setting be? So long ago, I wrote Taiwan, but I didn't use Taiwan in my story, but I just wrote long ago, forest, mountains, sky. That's kind of the setting. So the idea is like when and the place. That's the setting. And then what is one event that will happen in your folktale? So the bat will fly too close to the sun. He'll become blind. How will your folktale end? Bats are now nocturnal. So that's kind of where I went with my story, but I did change things. So when you make your plan, sometimes your story will be a little bit different than your plan. Let me read my story real quick, and you can listen in, and then I'll put it up to the camera so you can see it. Again, don't copy exactly everything I did, but you can take some of my ideas. You know, this is a little bit hard. You could try to make it a little easier by making your story very simple. Afterwards, I thought about like why chickens have eggs, or what are other cool things that we could write. I mean, really, there's not. It's like something about an animal and why they're like that, you know. Maybe why dolphin went back into the ocean, because we know that dolphins used to walk on land. You know, you could do just something really, why monkeys like bananas. You know, you could have a lot of fun with it. So let me read this first. Here we go. My folktale, Blind Bats by TZ. Long ago, bats were not nocturnal. They spent their days flying around. They could see very well. One bat called Battery. I thought that was funny. Battery. Okay. One bat called Battery was very proud. He always laughed at the other mammals because they could not fly. One day, the sun god said, "You can fly, but you are too proud." When Bat looked at the sun, his eyes burned. Sun said, "Now, bats will only fly at night, so no one will see you." All right? Then bats were sad, so all bats were sad and scared, so they hid in caves. That's why they hid in the caves. Moon felt sorry for them. She used her magic to give bats echolocation, so they could find their way in the dark. This is why bats can't see well and are nocturnal. Excuse me. So that was my story. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun writing it. I tried to keep it simple, and I used bats because we learned about bats in our last episode of Creatures. So yeah, you might think, oh no, TZ, there are so many words here. You can pause the video and you can take a look and see how well you see these words, or you can listen in again and you can write as you listen. That's a really good way to do it too. So that's what I did. Again, I think you can make a shorter, more simple story, but TZ is a teacher and I have trouble to make things very easy or simple. I also drew some pictures at the bottom. I think that's a lot of fun because you can really imagine what's going on in your stories. So I hope that helps you guys with these worksheets. These stories can be challenging, but you know, they are very rewarding. When you finish it, you look at what you wrote and you think, wow, I wrote that. So that's a lot of fun. I really wish that you guys spend a bit more time on it. Talk about it with your mom and dad. Make up a story together. And again, send us your stories. I'd love to see what you have. I will be checking things out and putting up some of your things on Facebook and YouTube in the future. So I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Have a great day.